Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447 or visit beacongrenada.com.
How am I supposed to finish cooking like this?
I wonder if climate change is behind all these water shortages. Time to think about the future.
It's really time to invest in a proper water storage tank, you know.
What water tanks you guys have available?
We have 450 gallons for a family of 3, 800 gallons for a family of 5, and 1,000 gallons for a family of 7. Purchasing any of these tanks will ensure that you have enough water stored.
Don't be like me and wait until you're out of water. Be smart, be prepared, invest in a proper water storage tank today.
Welcome to the future of shopping with Real Value IGA mobile app. Now, your favorite supermarket is right in your pocket. Whether you're a student, a busy parent, or in the diaspora shopping for friends and family at home, a Yachty or a Grenadian, our mobile app has you covered. Shop online with our mobile app from anywhere and enjoy free delivery to St. George and St. David. Or you can pick up your groceries in-store, hassle-free. Convenience, savings, and a seamless experience in Grenada. All right here at your fingertips. Download the Real Value IGA mobile app and start shopping today. Real Value IGA, bringing the supermarket to you.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess, and Klein, and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via Superb Service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Shop with confidence at Court.
Hold on a little bit. Hello and welcome to another Mikey Live program. My name is Mikey Hutchinson, and of course we are coming to you live from the Spice Isle of the Caribbean. You realize that we've been having some tremors. Whether it's close to Dominica, closer to Trinidad. But in the past week, we've been having, some little shakes. You guys got to be vigilant. Look out, we cannot prevent them. We just have to be aware that they're happening. And sometimes when you see those little tremors, it's sometimes signs that something is big. Something big is coming. All right? We hope not, but, we just need to be vigilant. I take note that we've been having some earthquake activities happening in the Dominican region. You understand? Anywho's, welcome. It's another beautiful day. It's another day when we're going to be talking about a few things that's been happening in Grenada, particularly today, maybe yesterday, some of the current things that we've been dealing with as a country. Police are asking people to be on the lookout for an escaped prisoner somewhere out there. All right, we'll talk to you about that in a while. Police also speaks of a drug bust at the Grenada port. At the port, at the port. You understand? St. Mark resident charged with attempted non-capital murder and arson. We'll talk to you about that. And fire breaks out at the Perseverance landfill. That's the dump. New dump. Fire. We'll talk about that. St. Andrew fishermen. The 3 men who were found, who was out at sea drifting, they are back home with their families tonight. All right, we'll talk about that. And we have a few more things to talk to you about here on another Mikey Live. Folks, the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of Courts Grenada Limited. We've got Digicel, we've got Nawasa, we've got Real Value, we've got the Beacon Insurance, we've got the all the other sponsors. We want to say thank you for being here with us all the time, and the G's and the G Cruise project. All right, so folks, we're taking a quick one, a few seconds, and then we're coming back. All right, and don't forget, someone sharing tonight's program will receive some free credits, compliments. Did you sell? That lucky person might just be you.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
All right. So first up, we have to tell you about an escaped prisoner that police are asking you to be on the lookout for. All right. According to police, he escaped the prison today. They say this morning, Johansson Batiste, who was at the time an inmate at His Majesty's prison serving a 5-year sentence for minor offenses, with 1 more year remaining on a 5-year sentence, I understand, escaped prison. Well, the prison farm, to be exact, during work duties, because that when they think, they just give them like a work to do one thing. They say officers were immediately deployed, but attempts to recapture him proved futile, and the efforts to recapture him is ongoing. According to police, Batiste is familiar with the prison farm operations, having worked there on multiple occasions, and is not new to the correctional system. So members of the public, you are now asked to exercise caution and report any sightings of him immediately. All right. His name is Johansson Batiste, last known address Montu, Grenada. All right. And you see, he might be armed and dangerous. How did I say the thing already? Do not approach him. You understand? Contact authorities if you spot him. But I find it very interesting. Well, anyway, they say you could call 911. But what I find very, unless he is not aware of the whole workings of the system, he's supposed to. If you're on your last year from a 5-year sentence, it makes no sense, like 0 sense escaping police, the prison. Why? Because you're likely to go back and spend another 5 years again just for escaping. You're going to start your sentence from scratch. So what could compel this young man to escape prison? Like, what is it? Bro, you are on your way out. Once you escape, you are likely to go back and start your sentence from scratch. Another 5 years. That ain't making no sense. Like 0 sense. Unless, I would like to know what compelled this young man to escape police custody. And trust me, minor offenses. I looked up his file. Minor offenses. You understand? So, I don't know. Something had to be wrong somewhere. But we go find out soon. You understand? Because that making no sense. 0. And police can exercise extreme force or deadly force, you know, in their attempts to capture him. That's just the law. So, like what I'm telling all you, that thing making no sense at all. No sense, bro. Okay, so we're moving on. On Friday, 21st March, officers attached to the drug squad and the Grenada Customs and Excise Division carried out a joint operation, they say, at the St. George's Port, located at Port Highway 20 in St. George. According to police, during the search, authorities uncovered a total of 26 packages of cannabis concealed within a barrel. The cannabis weighed a total of 6.83 pounds, with an estimated street value of $61,470. What? For 6 pounds of cannabis? I in the wrong field? How much you say? Let's not get dizzy, you know. How much you say? 6 pounds of cannabis with a total street value of $61,470. No, sir. Where do I send it? I don't ever think about this joke. Where do I send my resume? I work into hard for this ish. You know how much work I have to work to make like a $10,000. 61,000 for 6 pounds of cannabis, yo. Eh? No, sir. Lately that piece. As a result, James Clark. Eh? And hear the name, you know. Okay, actually, hold on. Let me get serious. As a result, check the name. James Clarkson, a 56-year-old auto body repairman who resides at a cafe St. George, was arrested and charged with the offense of trafficking in a controlled drug. Mr. Clarkson appeared at the St. George's Magistrates Court Monday 24th, that was yesterday, where he was granted bail in the sum of $50,000 with 2 sureties. As part of his bail conditions, Mr. Clarkson is required to surrender all travel documents, seek permission from the court to travel outside the state of Grenada, and report to the South St. George Police Station every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday between the 6 a.m. hours and 6 p.m. I know people may call Clarkson Mr. Clarkson. Say, Mr. Clarkson, I hear your name call. I did think about having same name with people. Yeah. I did think about having same name with people. Yeah, that's that. You go wrong. You go and Google him and the name now. Trouble in it, you know. Trouble with a capital T. Y'all remember that song? Where are these songs? Like, you know, these uplifting songs that would help us stay in line. Trouble with a capital T. Doo-doo. There once was a brother and a brother was he. Who sang that again? Anyway, there you go. Was Gypsy? Anyway, there you go. St. Mark resident charged with attempted non-capital murder and arson. Alright, that's Archangel Ilahi, a 31-year-old farmer of Ressus St. Mark, has been charged with the offense of attempted non-capital murder and arson. Serious charge. Serious charge. The charges followed an investigation into a fire that destroyed a dwelling house at Ressus St. Mark on Saturday, March 22nd, 2025. That was this weekend, eh? Mr. Elalhi made his first court appearance at Satires Magistrates Court yesterday, Monday 24th, and he was remanded to his Majesty's prison and is scheduled to reappear at the Grove Magistrates Court on Tuesday, 10th April. Let me tell you something. Arson is probably one of them, and I keep saying it on the program, serious charges on the books. Okay? And to add attempted non-capital murder to that, forget it. Forget it. And that is the same profile of an incident I think that happened, was in Dabo. Similar charges. You understand? Y'all are Freddy law. Y'all don't understand what's going on. Y'all don't respect all the freedom. Y'all don't value all the freedom. These are serious charges. And you listen, you go into jail. It's not if no more, no but no maybe. What's going on with us? Conflict resolution, turning the other cheek. Y'all learning. Take a book from my page. Yes, a book from my page. Because I show all of my page. Take a whole book from it. That sometimes you have to stoop to conquer. Stoop to conquer. Let's say it. Stoop to conquer. Because sometimes fighting back in that moment doesn't help. It gives you temporary satisfaction, but long-term grief and pain. Long-term grief and pain. Stoop to conquer. Turn the other cheek to buy some time to respond appropriately. Don't hear me. You understand? Because you respond in a moment, you do something in 15 seconds, 20 seconds, a minute, and then the result of that is that you spend the next 15 or 20 years behind bars eating rice and you know, like plain rice and then kind of business. You understand? People have to tell you what time to sleep, what time to wake up. Your friends and your family gone. They stop visiting you after the second year because now it's monotonous and boring to them. They start making little excuse, and before you know it, after 2 years, you ain't seen them again. They abandon you. You understand? Anywho's, you go on. So, authorities, solid waste management, perseverance. They had a work cut out for them this morning, boy. Fire in the Lily Lolo. A fire broke out. How? I don't know, but so a portion or a section of the that thing there, boy, the new dump caught fire, and as you can see there, authorities were trying their best to contain that fire by digging a trench using an excavator to prevent the fire from spreading, and then using a hose to apply water on that fire to prevent it from spreading. Well, to an extent, they were able to contain the fire, but just to an extent. They are saying what hindered their efforts was the fact that they did not have enough water, you know, because, you know, we're in the peak of the dry season, as they say, although I don't think so. But, yeah, we're in the dry season, and so water resource is limited. And to get a saltwater pump, they say the one that was available is not functional. It's not working properly. And so it will be a matter of days or so before they can get that one up and running again. So that's the situation there. But when I went back to check, I did not see open flames from a distance, which could be a good sign for a while. All right. What concerns me is the fact that when you have garbage like that, with that sort of composition on fire, it takes days, sometimes weeks, sometimes months before it can be totally out. You could be dealing with smoke for days, weeks, months. You would recall that was one of the challenges that the authorities had with the previous dump site. You know, all the gases and so on that's been created by the garbage that was there. Usually it made the conditions perfect for ignition, and when it ignites back in the day, that was going to be a problem for the residents, for vehicles. You know, thousands and thousands traverse that area on a daily basis, so we know problems. Understand? So we're hoping that this is not going to be a repeat of what used to happen. In fact, the authorities were hoping that once they moved to the new site, that those periodic fires were going to be a thing of the past. But I know this one will give people anxiety, because now it is proving to be a challenge and possibly a repeat of what existed back with the old dump site. We have to give credit to the waterman on the ground there, boy. That man don't give up, you know. You have to give credit to him and the team, and Mr. Excavator Man, who also worked hard to help put out, well, not put it out because it can't go just like that, but, you know, to get that fire under control. It was a bit windy, a bit moist today, so at some point the rain would have helped them to get that fire under control. All right, because we had a little bit of rain and things like that. Although we didn't get rain for a long time, but luckily we got some yesterday and today. So I was happy to at least see that the fire was affected negatively by that little bit of rain. But I am hoping that this is not going to be a repeat. I pray to God that this is not going to be a repeat of what used to happen with the other dump. By the way, them board and them real try to down that drone. Them board hate the drone, and so they try their best to put it down, but you know. All right. There was a very, very heartbreaking story early this morning, that 3 fishermen were missing at sea. And then later on, was it this morning or last night I saw it? But anywho's, today, it was tears of joy. Yes, Karim, hold on. Tears of joy when the men were rescued by their peers. You understand? They were rescued. Those men told their stories of how the boat capsized and them having to swim to make spontaneous decisions to either hang on to that boat or to go to a nearby rock and wait for help. They went to a nearby rock, they waited for help, and help arrived. You understand? One of the guys said he thought he wasn't going to make it, so he told the others he don't think he will make it. But he eventually did. And big man is big man, eh? That one make me put a little tears in my eye. It make me throat hurt me and a little tears in my eye to watch these men be reunited with their families. Very emotional, heartbreaking moment. Tears of joy. And at the moment, people, just came on the jetty there to embrace them as they arrived.
Tarmero! Bamboo! Tears of joy, tears of joy.
Tears of joy. I mean, you just imagine the tragedy. You just imagine the thought that went through these men's head while they were trying to get to that rock, and while they were sitting there with the hope that someone will find them, with the hope that people will realize that they are missing, with the hope that someone will pass by that rock and notice them there and rescue them. And these are just evidence that God answers prayer. And when a village comes together, that they can do wonders. This story ended in a way that many other families wish that their loved ones would have arrived back after being missing. And a lot of these incidents end badly. And so you could imagine the anxiety, the sadness of some of these families when they realized that the men were not back when they were supposed to be, when they learned that the vessel had sunk. And then that sadness immediately being overruled by joy, happiness, gratitude, when they realized that the men were rescued. mean, so many stories from the past didn't end that way. These men were given a second chance of life itself. We can all learn from their experiences. Thank God that they were rescued. Thank God that they are alive and well. They were immediately taken to the hospital, for their routine checkup once you arrive. You understand? They were missing for almost a day, I think. Almost a day. Some say about 18 hours, some say about 12 hours, some say about 15, but it doesn't matter. At least they survived. They made it. Whew. That was close. And of course, this should also remind us about safety at sea, having the appropriate gears, making sure you inform people where you are, and continuously giving updates on your current location in the event that something like this happens, that the search team, the search parties will know exactly where to look. You understand? So thank you God, these men were saved. Okay, we're moving on. The burial income support program is still on, and today quite a number of persons received their checks. I think they're doing it almost every month for 6 months, so it would not be the first time. They're giving them like a drawdown, just like when you get a loan to build a mortgage, to build your house. So it's like drawdowns. And they were so, I spoke to some of them, they were so elated, they were so happy to get that sort of relief following the destruction of their farms, their homes, particularly people in St. Patrick, some in St. Mark, some in St. John. All right, but you'll hear more about that at a later time. What else do I have to tell you? The Ministry of Legal Affairs and Consumer Affairs informs the public that effective March 17, the Office of the Attorney General, and the Division of Legal Affairs have been relocated to the first floor of the old NIS building situated at Melville Street, St. George. Please note that the numbers remain the same: 440-2050, 435-2962. You can also email registry at legal.gov.gd. All right, and you're good to go. Right, so what else do I have to tell you? I think that might be it for now. Oh, by the way, yes, folks, every night, what we do is we give you the weather report. In the weather report, we speak of the sea conditions. Now, this is the most accurate forecast that you will be able to find regarding the sea conditions. All right, and that's pertaining to you. For us here locally. So I urge people to pay attention and to take seriously the weather forecast that we give every night, so that you have an idea as to what the weather will be like, so that it can help inform your decisions when it comes to going out at sea. Now, we have been telling you that there was marine advisory that is in effect for Grenada. And when we say marine advisory, it speaks to the sea conditions and the likelihood that the waters will be rough. Right? So again, please pay attention to the weather forecast. Fishermen, please be attentive to particularly the sea conditions when we speak of the weather forecast. Okay, this brings me to what we are to the next part of our program, which is the weather. So here's what the weather is expected to be: partly cloudy and windy with light isolated showers. Tonight's minimum temperature is expected to be about 24 degrees Celsius, normal for this time of the year. Winds east northeasterly to east southeasterly at 14 to 24 miles per hour. Seas moderate to rough, with waves up to 9 feet in northeasterly to easterly swells. And for the captains and for boat owners, and so you know what that means for you based on where you are out there. Warning: there is a marine advisory that is currently in effect and is likely to be in effect until the end of the week. Again, marine advisory is telling us that the waters are likely to be rough, or will be rough, in fact, moderate to rough, with waves up to 9 feet. 9 feet in northeasterly to easterly swells. Okay, that's for tonight. And in Wednesday, we can tell you that the weather is expected to be partly cloudy and windy with light morning and nighttime showers. Max temperature for tomorrow is expected to be just around 30.5 degrees Celsius as the max, and the minimum 23.5 degrees Celsius. Winds easterly to southeasterly at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Seas moderate to rough again tonight and tomorrow, with waves near 8 feet in open waters. And that sort of sea condition is expected to persist until the end of the week. Okay, so it doesn't hurt to wait it out. All right, depending on your mission, the size of your vessel, etc. A marine advisory remains in effect for Wednesday as it is for today. Again, a marine advisory remains in effect for tomorrow as it is for today. So folks, what we're going to do right now, we're going to take a quick break and come back. And when we come back, what we will have for you is the national report. As usual, we want to say hello to the folks who are currently on YouTube. Quite a bit of you on YouTube as usual. We appreciate your company all the time. Not very talkative as those on Facebook, but you're there. So we're bigging up people like Marcus and Cher and Barbara, Celine, Jennifer, and the others. Likewise, people on Facebook, big up those of you who are watching for the first time, or those of you who are always here. So we're talking about people like Diana, Bernadette. You understand? Big up to Bernadette. Also, Shamin. Also, Java, who is the principal of them all. Java. Sylvina. Kieran. Jennifer again. Jennifer, you're watching in two places? Michelle. Deborah. Kirin. Sylvina again. Valerie. Joseph. Jacinta, if you want me to big you up, just say hi quickly and I'll see your name, okay? Joseph. All right. Java, we've got 23 shares, so you know they're behaving bad tonight. Okay. Yeah. So, big up to y'all. Big up to Angel. Big up to Liz. Big up to Yvonne. I see you too. Bermuda, I see that you're there as well, so hello to you. And we are going to take that quick break right now and come back again when we return. Hey Jay, I see you. And Hattie Hat, where are you from? How are you? Hattie Hat, Deborah, Joyous J. I see Jacinta already. Okay, no problem. Anyways, so yeah, we're taking a break and come back with the national report. Hattie Hat is from the UK. Well, we're happy to have you, Hattie. Okay? Take care. We are coming back with the national report.
Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447 or visit beacongrenada.com.
How am I supposed to finish cooking like this?
I wonder if climate change is behind all these water shortages. Time to think about the future.
It's really time to invest in a proper water storage tank, you know.
What water tanks you guys have available?
We have 450 gallons for a family of 3, 800 gallons for a family of 5, and 1,000 gallons for a family of 7. Purchasing any of these tanks will ensure that you have enough water stored.
Don't be like me and wait until you're out of water. Be smart. Be prepared. Invest in a proper water storage tank today.
Welcome to the future of shopping with Real Value IGA mobile app. Now, your favorite supermarket is right in your pocket. Whether you're a student, a busy parent, or in the diaspora shopping for friends and family at home, a Yachty, or a Grenadian, our mobile app has you covered. Shop online with our mobile app from anywhere and enjoy free delivery to St. George and St. David. Or you can pick up your groceries in-store, hassle-free. Convenience, savings, and a seamless experience in Grenada. All right here at your fingertips. Download the Real Value IGA mobile app and start shopping today. Real Value IGA, bringing the supermarket to you.
Anywhere at any time and have it delivered to you right here in Grenada at yogo.gd.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen, Guess, and Klein, and G-Shock, all at the best prices in Grenada. We also buy scrap gold and offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit our brand new remodeled store or call us on telephone number 414-3114, 232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibbin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegra pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Courts. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
Get ready, Grenada. On Wednesday, March 26, it's time to dive into the future of our country at the first in a series of monthly town hall meetings. Join us at the Trade Center in Grand Anse from 6 p.m. to hear from the Honorable Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell and the Technical Working Group as they unveil our nation's oil and gas plans. Buses will be available for your convenience, absolutely free. This is your chance to learn, ask questions, and contribute to the conversation about Grenada's energy future. It's Wednesday, March 26 at the Trade Center in Grand Anse from 6 p.m. Look out for the town hall meeting coming to your parish. Let's fuel our future together.
This is the GIS News for Tuesday, March 25th, 2025. I am Chrisanne Mitchell. In the headlines, the Ministry of Education procures cookers for schools' hot meal program, and Ministry of Agriculture to receive support from the FAO for the National Poultry Policy. We'll have the details of these stories and more, plus a look at the weather when we return.
Get ready, Grenada. On Wednesday, March 26, it's time to dive into the future of our country at the first in a series of monthly town hall meetings. Join us at the Trade Center in Grand Anse from 6 p.m. to hear from the Honorable Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell and the Technical Working Group as they unveil our nation's oil and gas plans. Buses will be available for your convenience, absolutely free. This is your chance to learn, ask questions, and contribute to the conversation about Grenada's energy future. It's Wednesday, March 26 at the Trade Center in Grand Anse from 6 p.m. Look out for the town hall meeting coming to your parish. Let's fuel our future together.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with but a step. So the journey of a year begins with but a sec. 1 second is the difference between old and new. The difference between what you have done and what you have to do. 1 second is the difference between who you were and who you are going to be. The difference between a year of expectations and a year of memories. Awaiting you is a year of opportunities and new moves. Just one final second to reflect. And then we must embrace indeed. I reckon 1 second is all we need.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Education recently delivered commercial cookers to 5 schools, including one to Mount Pleasant Primary in Carriacou. The new appliances signal the government's commitment to the efficiency of the school feeding program, which is being rebranded as the Healthy Start program. Director of Student Support Services at the ministry is Pearson Stroud.
Okay, so we've recently had to replace a few of our appliances within our school system. Of course, we started initially at the Mount Pleasant Primary School, which is newly refurbished after Hurricane Beryl at Carriacou. We had to make sure that we replaced some appliances there. We first of all replaced the cooker. We've had a commercial cooker placed at the Mount Pleasant Primary School. We will have to get a freezer. I'm in the process of getting a freezer also for that school to make sure that we fit our school feeding program in that school so that the children in Carriacou, and especially at Mount Pleasant, will be able to be taken care of properly. We've also had to replace some appliances at some of our schools on the mainland, St. Andrew's Methodist, SDA, St. Montrose SDA Comprehensive, Croshu RC.
Stroud says an increase in the budget allocation is making it possible for the ministry to afford the purchase of the commercial cookers for the schools.
We've had instances where we used commercial cookers in the past. However, it has been a very pricey venture, and the budget that we had could not maintain, but government has seen it fit to increase our budget this year, and we are in a better place to be able to really fit our schools with the type of appliances that would help to make the school feeding program run in an efficient way. So we are in a better place. We thank government, of course, for making that decision to give us a better budget so that we could, really do what we need to do to make sure we take care of the children properly.
One commercial cooker costs on average 8,000 Eastern Caribbean dollars. Continuing the news, having allocated almost $1 million for the poultry industry in the 2025 budget, the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Forestry, Marine Resources, and Cooperatives is now putting pieces together with a comprehensive approach of strategies that can be utilized to improve the lives and livelihoods of farmers and individuals who depend on the sector. The ministry is being supported by the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization and the Inter-American Institute for Cooperation on Agriculture to present a revised plan to the government, along with the areas that should be prioritized.
The government of Grenada, the cabinet would have passed the poultry policy last year together with a work plan. However, we noticed that there are some gaps in the work plan, and as such, we have reached out to these two organizations asking for poultry export to be able to review the policy that was presented and the work plan, and to make some recommendations as to how we can strengthen that overall poultry policy. Also, it is instructive to note that we would have also, government would have signed on to the 25 by 25 CARICOM initiative. Of course, that have now been extended to 2030. As part of one of the area that we have flagged is the whole issue of the reduction in the import of poultry products. So that also is geared towards looking at that aspect in terms of how do we reduce our food import bill, in particular the import of poultry as one of the key protein that we take in our diet. So
that was Permanent Secretary Isaac Bagwan. He explained that the mission includes Eugene Shatokin, Livestock Industry Specialist Consultant, and Roberto Tolera, Juarez Policy Officer, would engage several players in the industry this week, such as large-scale farmers and input suppliers.
The expert is from FAO, together with Roberto. They would be meeting this morning. They would have met with management of the ministry, in particular the livestock department. This afternoon they would be meeting with statistics and the Ministry of Trade. The following day they would be meeting with a number of input suppliers like Bristol. We'll be meeting with Hoggins. You'll also be meeting with Farm and Garden Center, and Remco and Thompson. So these input suppliers, they will be meeting with them to speak to them about the things that they import and the whole arrangements. The following day, they will be meeting with the distributors like Country Coals too, like bulk buy and others who are involved in the distribution aspect, again to get an understanding as to what is happening in the industry from their perspective and the issues of the various taxes and VAT and so. They also will be meeting with some of these producers, in particular the chicken in Crushu, St. Andrews. They also will be meeting with Excellent Farms and quite a number of medium-sized producers, again to get an understanding as to what is happening on the farm, and how can they increase the production level.
During the mission, the team is also expected to engage government departments such as the Department of Statistics, Customs, the Port Authority, and other stakeholders. Roberto Tillera, FAO Policy Officer, says that strategy will enhance local production.
We are here in a mission of a week, trying to support the Ministry of Agriculture with a strategy to enhance poultry production at local level. We brought an international expert from Europe who has been working on poultry production for many years, and with his support we will try to identify through the consultations with local stakeholders what are the main bottlenecks and the real possibilities to improve local production, of course with the guidance of the Ministry of Agriculture and the technical officers from the ministry, field visits and other engagements with farmer associations and poultry producers.
I was invited by the regional office of FAO in Barbados to come to Grenada upon the request of the Minister of Agriculture of Grenada to explore the current situation in the poultry sector and to come up with the recommendations for the sector, maybe development and reorganization.
The mission is expected to conclude on Friday. Stay with us, we'll have more stories after the break.
Get ready, Grenada. On Wednesday, March 26, it's time to dive into the future of our country at the first in a series of monthly town hall meetings. Join us at the Trade Center in Grand Anse from 6 p.m. to hear from the Honorable Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell and the Technical Working Group as they unveil our nation's oil and gas plans. Buses will be available for your convenience, absolutely free. This is your chance to learn, ask questions, and contribute to the conversation about Grenada's energy future. It's Wednesday, March 26 at the Trade Center in Grand Anse from 6 p.m. Look out for the town hall meeting coming to your parish. Let's fuel our future together.
Agriculture plays an important yet underrated role in the economies of Caribbean islands. While not completely self-sustaining, it plays a vital role in enhancing food security. Climate variables such as unpredictable rainfall patterns and excessive heat often cause farmers to face unprecedented challenges.
Where there is the expectation of increased heat, that can affect the development of the crops, of the livestock, as well as for dairy production. We can see a decrease in the dairy production. Heat also plays an effect on human health as well. We would want to ensure that farmers wear protective clothing, make sure that they keep themselves well hydrated, shift the hours, of the exposure outside. That is an option as well that you can look at.
While certain regions may experience prolonged droughts, predictions also raise concerns regarding heavy rainfall, hurricanes, and flooding.
The expected increases in the tropical cyclone activity, those strong winds can have an impact on your crops. That can have an impact on your infrastructure for the farmers, who would have the crops above ground. For those periods of time, maybe you can plant some root crops, that's an option. So there's several things that the farmer can do, to adapt to our ever-changing climate.
Welcome back. Dr. Didacus Jules urged OECS member states to take decisive action in strengthening economic resilience amid growing global uncertainties. Speaking at the fourth meeting of the OECS Economic Affairs Council in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the Director General of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, OECS, emphasized that the region must accelerate economic integration and build resilience against external disruptions. During the meeting held in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Director General Jules stressed that while small economies are disproportionately exposed to global shocks, they are not powerless. Dr. Jules highlighted recent global developments, particularly in the United States, that are already affecting the OECS.
This year's convening is especially consequential. We meet at a moment of profound geopolitical upheaval. The recent re-election of President Trump in the United States has introduced a wave of executive actions on trade, immigration, and foreign assistance that have already had direct impact on the OECS. The America First Trade Doctrine threatens to dismantle long-standing trade arrangements, including those under the Caribbean Basin Initiative. On immigration, the sweeping changes underway signal a likely surge of deportations. As migrants are returned en masse to Latin America and the Caribbean, we must brace for the reintegration of our nationals and the socioeconomic pressures that will inevitably follow. Equally troubling is the initial 90-day suspension of U.S. foreign aid disbursements, followed by the eventual closure of U.S. aid. This abrupt shift has already impacted the OECS Commission and member states. Compounding this is a broader contraction in development assistance, with the UK announcing further reductions to its aid commitments. Colleagues, these developments are not distant tremors. They are seismic shifts demanding an immediate and strategic response. As small economies, we are disproportionately exposed to global shocks and endure their effects far longer. But even in our smallness, we are not powerless.
As a response to these external threats, Dr. Jules stressed the need for economic diversification through different sectors of the economy. OECS member states were also encouraged to act decisively and now.
To safeguard our future, we must build resilience not just to climate and crisis, but to economic volatility. Central to this is diversification. Article 4 of the RTB outlines this imperative, and today its relevance is even sharper. Our dependence on a narrow range of economic activities, particularly tourism, has rendered us vulnerable, as the COVID-19 pandemic starkly revealed. The OECS Development Strategy Action Framework responds with a blueprint for diversification across 10 high-potential sectors, including renewable energy, digital transformation, blue economy, and technology. Food security is a cornerstone of economic independence. The OECS Food and Agriculture Systems Transformation FAST strategy is a bold step towards regional food sovereignty, reducing our dependence on imported staples and building resilient agriculture value chains.
Grenada's Minister for Economic Development, Honorable Lennox Andrews, attended the meeting. The event also featured an address by the chairman of the OECS Economic Affairs Council, the Honorable Camilo Gonzalez, Minister of Finance, Economic Planning and Information Technology of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Government officials and residents praised the efforts of UK-based charity Windward Aid, which has made a significant contribution towards the hurricane recovery efforts on Carriacou and Petite Martinique. Windward Aid was commended at a special handing-over ceremony of furnishings. The items, which included refrigerators, stoves, and beds, are donated to recipients of housing assistance provided through the Division of Social Development. Program Manager within the Division of Social Development, Nadina McLawrence-Williams, thanked Windward Aid. She underscored the importance of fostering partnerships that enhance the recovery process.
This donation of furnishings is more than just providing physical comfort. It is about restoring dignity, security, and hope to families in need. On behalf of the Ministry of Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs and the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique, I extend our deepest gratitude to Windward Aid for your generous contribution. Your support is a testament to the spirit of compassion and partnership that strengthens our communities. Because of you, families will have a place to rest, grow, and rebuild their lives with confidence. Together, we are making a lasting impact. Thank you.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs, Lemuel Perrott, said it is no easy task to rebuild 2 islands after a major Category 4 hurricane. However, the residents of Carriacou and Petite Martinique are thankful for all the assistance given to expedite the recovery process.
I'm sure the people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique will be grateful for your continued support as people try to bring back their lives to some sort of normalcy. It is not an easy thing, but at the same time, we who are better off, and the Bible speaks of that we are to be our brothers' keepers, and we are to give out of the little that we have.
Windward Aid trustee Daniel Lewis said the group is looking to contribute to other initiatives such as educational development and sporting facilities.
In moving forward also, Windward Aid would be deeply interested in partnering with other donor funding agencies so they could work together, because sometimes what happens, we have replication of efforts. One entity doing something, and you going and compete is rather, how could they work together to ensure that we could maximize the efficiency of, providing support to affected communities?
Stay with us. The news will continue after the break.
Here in the Caribbean region, our climate is changing, resulting in intense heat as temperatures soar. This increase in temperature is having a significant impact on our energy sector.
With the increase in temperatures, we, of course, are expecting an increase in the use of electricity or cooling, etc. So there's an increased demand on the utility companies to, provide for that overload on their systems.
The hotter it gets, the more energy need there is for cooling among the population, but also the harder it becomes for electricity to be produced. So the efficiency of electricity production is typically also lower when it's really hot.
But there are ways we can help. Simple actions can make a big difference.
There are certain measures that we can take to make sure that we mitigate some of the possible impacts, such as using LED bulbs.
It's up to all of us to take proactive steps. Stay informed and prepared. Together, we can weather this storm. For more information and updates, follow CIMH on X, Facebook, and Instagram.
Get ready, Grenada. On Wednesday, March 26, it's time to dive into the future of our country at the first in a series of monthly town hall meetings. Join us at the Trade Center in Grand Anse from 6 p.m. to hear from the Honorable Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell and the Technical Working Group as they unveil our nation's oil and gas plans. Buses will be available for your convenience, absolutely free. This is your chance to learn, ask questions, and contribute to the conversation about Grenada's energy future. It's Wednesday, March 26 at the Trade Center in Grand Anse from 6 p.m. Look out for the town hall meeting coming to your parish. Let's fuel our future together.
Welcome back. To support the sustainability of 3 vital marine species, the Ministry of Marine Affairs is urging the fishing community to comply with the closed seasons. From April to August, all fishing and harvesting of turtles, lobsters, and sea urchins is strictly prohibited. Specifically, the closed season for leatherback sea turtles and sea urchins spans from April 1st to August 31st, while the closed season for lobsters is from May 1st to August 31st. Fisheries Officer Crofton Stroud from the Biology Department of the Ministry of Marine Affairs emphasizes the importance of adhering to these regulations during the closed periods to ensure the continued health of these species.
So any month without the letter R, that is a closed season for our lobsters. So May, June, July, August, no harvesting of any lobsters. For our sea urchins and our turtles, the season actually starts from April 1st all the way till the end of August 31st, where it will reopen on September 1st. It is very important because these living things are not immortal, and they have to complete a reproductive cycle to ensure that there will be a future generation. And each individual is very specific to a particular role, which we refer to as a niche. So it is very important that each one of these species can live in our oceans because we have a very big food web where every living species is interdependent on the other.
He emphasized the critical importance of sustainability to ensure these species thrive for generations to come.
We need to not just ensure that we have food security for today, we have to ensure that we have food security for tomorrow. So for your children, your children's children, and you can eventually look at 3 generations down the line, they can be having the same food security that you actually had. We don't just have Grenada laws, we have to understand that many of these species are actually migratory. So if we were just to harm and lower their numbers so much drastically, what actually would happen is that other countries would actually have a reduce in the number of that particular species. So we have a lot of international agencies that we have to work with. We have to work with CITES, we have to work with NOAA, we have to work with ICAT and many other conservation agencies. So it's very important for us to be compliant and be respected on an international stage.
Fisheries Officer Tabby Paul announced that Lavera Beach will be closed from April 1st to August 31st to allow for the replenishment of turtle populations. She further stated that anyone found in violation of the closed season for any of the 3 species will face legal consequences to the fullest extent of the law.
The Lavera Beach as well is closed within April, 1st of April to the 31st of August, and all prohibition measures and penalties attended to these regulations are in effect during this period. So anyone who harvests, who is poaching the eggs, harvesting the turtles, harvesting the eggs, anyone who is caught on the Lavera Beach during this closed season who breaks these regulations will be penalized, and you are liable to a fine of 5,000 EC dollars or 2 years imprisonment, or it can be both, as it's seen by the court. So we are encouraging everyone to please be mindful, bear with us. It helps, as Mr. Stroud would say, with building back the stock of these species, the turtles, the lobsters, the leatherback. And so we would like everyone to adhere to this regulation set forth by the minister.
The Ministry of Legal Affairs, Labor and Consumer Affairs informs the public that effective March 17, 2025, the Office of the Attorney General and the Division of Legal Affairs has relocated to the first floor of the old NIS building on Melville Street, St. George's. The contact number for the office remains the same, 440-2050 or 435-2962. The following is the public forecast for today. The weather will be fair to partly cloudy with a few light isolated showers. Winds easterly to east-southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour. Seas moderate to rough. Waves 6 to 9 feet in northeasterly to easterly swells. The marine advisory remains in effect. Tides will be low at 6:58 p.m. and high at 1:15 p.m. The sun will set today at 6:18 p.m. and tomorrow's sunrise will be at 6:07 a.m. This brings us to the end of the GIS news for Tuesday, March 25th, 2025. I am Chrisanne Mitchell saying thank you for viewing.